Alright, response video to some guy, Brain Police or two. I've watched a few of his videos in the past, I think. I am subscribed to him. But anyway, so he made some critique of me and my philosophy. That's really what it was about me. It wasn't about my philosophy, really, or the philosophy I preach. Or I try to explain and defend. It was about me. And he talks about not getting personal. It's just all the same old crap. Misanthrope, nihilist. It's just, what is that shit? How irrelevant is that? So you made your argument, your weak argument. You spent, 3% of your video defending your counter argument that, so you can't reduce what we are to the biology, in spite of the fact that the biology and psychology that's a manifestation of that, has millions, if not billions, of years of roots, evolutionary roots, dictating what that psychology is shaped like and how it functions. And so your argument is just this simple, so it's, it's worth it. Because I say so, and I'm not a depressed guy like him, so my opinion means more. That's all you did. Oh, I'm not a fanatic on that side or that side. I'm right down the middle on the fence or something. Somehow, I'm the moderate middle. Whatever, fella. I think you got to do better than that. That's all. That's my argument. Sure. You're with the majority. The masses, the Borg, sees it like you see it. They're duped by their DNA. They think they're accomplishing something when they're roaring and yelling for the home team, and they're all excited because they're going to score a goal. How exciting! They all fall for it. So you're like them. You're like one of those average dumb moron Joes. We won't call you something complex like a nihilist or a hatanist or a botanist or a phlebotomist. No, we'll just call you a moron. How's that? Yes, a simpleton. It's too complicated for you to understand how that your brain has been wired by evolution to make you think some things are valuable, like your silly little songs, or skipping in the forest, or whatever it is you do for jollies. And so you fell for it, sucker. Don't come to me with your argument that somehow I have to counter argument to what? To what? Your opinion that it's worth it. You didn't put anything on the table. You just talk metaphysics. You can't reduce it because you won't be able to account for the golden unicorn. Well, sorry. Prove it. Show me it. Where's the golden unicorn? Where's the accomplishment factor here? There's satisfying needs that don't need to exist. Unravel that simple piece of logic. All right? Show me where the need is for the need to exist. Show me how matter is deprivated or harmed or diminished because it isn't going to Walmart this afternoon, to buy some, Hungarian bombs. Whatever, you get my drift. Some Hungarian cotton candy, whatever. Show me that. Show me. So whatever. It's just, look, you want to argue it, fine. Argue the philosophy, but this crap of always trying to throw somebody in this misanthrope or nihilism or some other bullshit is just that bullshit. I've disavowed Buddhism and nihilism, and I've explained why I think both of those approaches are wrong. Alright? So I don't have to, it really is just patently unfair, for you to play this game and sit there and say, well, I'm just going to call you it anyway. That's just bullshit, Mr. Metaphysics. I mean, really, what is this metaphysics crap anyway? I mean, just another word for phantasmagorical, right? So whatever. Yeah, I don't know really. Does it really need to be explained? I mean, nihilism doesn't work because it doesn't account for the fact that this matters, and it does matter. All right, it's acutely important. What we do is acutely important. There's tons and tons of value held in the balance. So nihilism fails. Buddhism fails because it's based on a philosophy where people had no capacity to do anything about nature. So they had a problem, but they had no way to battle the enemy. Okay, they couldn't take on Gaia, and so yeah, but now we can in a lot of ways. So it's a different equation. So I think Buddha would have been preaching a different kind of approach if he existed now, with the what we understand now about the dynamics of the universe. But again, whatever. I mean, yes, okay. Just deal with the argument again. Just don't sit there and play this game like somehow I'm the one persecuting you people. No, you're the one with the insults, the maligning rhetoric, and the crap. You bring it to me first with your fake arguments, and then you play these word games. I mean, you use, okay, so you take two sentences to say fucktard. I mean, who's falling for that? It's still an insult, asshole. So just deal with the argument. So if you claim that there's some purpose that we have to accomplish besides inadequately satisfying the excessive need that exists, then define it. But as I see it, the only thing intelligence exists to do, the only function it has, is to fix problems. It doesn't do anything else. It's a problem solver. And so if you stop creating problems, you won't have to fix the problems. And as for the rest of life, I mean, how many times do you have to do it? I mean, would you advocate that we put human beings on every planet in the universe? I mean, is it really 10 zillion, 400 gazillion? What's the magic number for you? There's never enough, is that what you're saying? And it really doesn't matter what kind of quality of life they're living? So let's have slaves on every planet in the universe. Let's have 3/4 of the world's population living on $2 a day all over the universe. And then you'd be proud of yourself? Well, I'd say that's fail. I'd say it's irresponsible. I'd say it's Dr. Frankenstein stupid. All right? There's no point in bringing the dead back to life. And there's no point in not conceding that this is flawed and broken. And there's not so much you can do with it. It's not, there's just, it just doesn't provide any tools to work with. Alright, I guess finishing up, look, reductionism is just dissection. It's just a scientific approach. You find out how the thing works, you find out what the dynamics are, and that's all it is. And so you think there's something wrong with that approach to figuring out what we are and where we came from and why we do what we do. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think the answers are legitimate and valid, and I don't think you've made any argument discounting any of them. You just said, I have a different opinion and I wear a different, a better deodorant. But you haven't made a better rational argument. You haven't put any kind of proof on the table. You just said, I feel, or I think, or I believe, and you haven't backed it up with anything. Anyway, another man and his dog.